The sets is ours. It's our time right now. Just letting y'all know.
We still winning!
Pulling up, slapping out that window. Loading up, rolling up that endo. Kinfolk, I told you I tuck all them extendos. Start tripping when they drunk off that Hendo. Pulling up, slapping out.
Yo, what's up? This Ski Lee with Rap Nation. Right now, we got a special guest in the studio right now. Stunnaman02 out of the city. You know what I'm saying? Stunnaman02, say what's up.
What's up, man? How y'all feeling, man? Life is beautiful. How you doing, cuz?
It's really good right now. I'm doing good. I'm happy to have you here.
I'm happy to be here, bro.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So, I guess today I just wanted to talk a little bit more about Stunnaman02.
Oh, yeah. He's a good person, I heard.
I heard too. So, I guess we should start it off like that then. Like, where did you get the name Stunnaman02?
Oh, man, it's a crazy story, bro. So, I grew up in the city, you feel me? And then I lived in what is called the Fillmore District, or also called the Western Addition. So living over there, you feel me? It's like, one type of thing. I ended up moving to the point, and when you move to the point, you have a new identity. At the time I was moving to the point, the Pack came out with the song Vans. Got my Vans on, but they look like sneakers. They was doing numbers, you feel me? But this is the first time in a minute you see Berkeley really just going up. Yeah. So while that's happening coincidentally, I don't know if I did it inadvertently or I did it purposely. We had started a squad called BAJIP, and for me, that BAJIP stands for, it's like an acronym for Brandon, Austin, Wayne, Jordan, Papa, known for going from smallest to biggest penis size. Don't ask how we know that. Feel me? And you see where the J is, the fourth letter. See, the J is the fourth letter.
That's crazy.
But basically, then I was going by the moniker J Stunner, you feel me? Yeah. So, in doing that, a lot of people in Hunters Point, a lot of people that was like Harbor Road, over here, Shoreview, Osceola, all these places that where I lived at, Garlington, people just see me like, oh, that's that you look like Stunnaman from the Pack. Or they saying I look like a younger version of him, dark skin, waves. And this is back in the time where they used to think majority of everything that was dark skin you call ugly, feel me? So the little ugly nigga with the waves, you know what I'm saying, as a joke, you know what I'm saying, as a joke. But I took it. So I see Stunnaman from the Pack. Oh shoot, let me fix the live real quick. I see Stunnaman from the Pack one day. Hold on, we got technical difficulties. We finna fix it. All right, hold on. All right, there we go. Oh, never mind. So I see Stunnaman from the Pack. There we go, perfect.
Just in case let it roll. Let it roll.
All right.
No, fuck it.
Yeah. We'll just put
technical difficulties. We gonna
2 seconds.
Right. All right, we good.
I see somebody tweet what they say. BAJIP, haha, wow, I'm dead. BAJIP is still alive. Shout out everybody still here. Hey man, but basically, I had met every person from the Pack except for Stunnaman from the Pack. So I'm like, damn, we had Yerba Buena Gardens, and it was already mainly days. Somebody had told me that the girl I was fucking with, she was sitting on people's laps, and that's when I found out all these bitches is tripe secretly. So anyways, for me, you're a young dude, I was already having a bad day, and then I see him, and I'm like, damn, I literally idolize you. I'm 12 years old. I look up to you, man. And I see him, I'm excited. I'm like, I'm about to go get an autograph or take a picture. I'm like, oh, there goes Stunnaman from the Pack. He don't say nothing, and I'm like, oh shit, that look like Stunnaman from the Pack. And I say it like 5 more times, and he keep ignoring me. And I'm like, oh, this nigga a sucker. This nigga a bitch. He like, what? This nigga really finna get on me. Yeah. So I'm like, man, said you a bitch, nigga. And then he like, nigga, he really finna get on me, like finna whip my ass. But you feel me, I wasn't scared because I was already mad. And I'm thinking like, damn. I was already mad because I'm fucking with these tripe. Hey, don't fuck with these tripe bitches, you know what I'm saying? These tripe hoes are how you all fucked up. But I feel me from there, had that interaction with him. And we damn near finna fight, but then his partner like, nah, bro, that's a low ass kid. You don't fight him. Like, nah, this nigga disrespecting me. And at the time, he was like going crazy for me with the music and stuff. So that happened, and for me, I always remember that. And after that, kind of inadvertently, it was like a whole situation where the dude Caveman got into it with the Stanley Yelnats got into it with Caveman, and they started calling him Caveman. Right. It was like I got into it with Stunnaman02, not really too crazy, just an exchange of words. Yeah, Stunnaman, and thank you for correcting me. Stunnaman, and then I just put the 02 on it. 1, because that was ended up being my high school football number, and 2, it was just out of respect because I still did admire him after that, even though that. And then it's crazy because 2019, I went to this play. The person the people who played in Licks, their mother produced a play, you feel me, in a town, downtown Oakland, First Fridays. I see this dude out there when I'm in the, it's in the
Quran Streets.
Man, exactly. Shout out Quran Streets. Quran Streets say his name, you feel me? Yeah. But I see this dude out there, and I'm like, this look like Stunnaman from the pack. So I go out there, I'll say, hey bro, you still like, yeah. So we exchange, I tell him the story. He laughed at it first and like, hold on, bitch ass nigga, Stunnaman02. He kind of flexed up on him like, we laughed about it. But it's crazy because that situation turned into this week, like literally 2 days ago, me making a song with his producer, Erickson. Shout out Erickson, man. An amazing producer. We just got it in the town, East Oakland. But doing that with them, and it's just crazy to see how that whole situation comes full circle. See this person like who inspired my name that was unaffiliated with rap, and it's to come full circle to be like, now I'm rapping and I meet you, and you kind of give me that
recognition,
like just that approval, like, okay, I see what you're doing, man. I fuck with you. I'm over here making these artworks. So if you want any amazing Stunnaman from the pack artwork, Keith is what his name is. I don't know his last name, so forgive me for not throwing it in there. But if you want some amazing artwork, tap in with him, man. Stunnaman from the pack is one of the best artists emerging from the Bay. For me, go fuck with him. So that's that story. The name origin of the story was very
sure. I appreciate that. I don't think a lot of people know that, but I think they speculated, you feel me, being in the Bay Area and knowing that culture. But
it's, we don't show a lot of respect to the people that came before us either. Like,
facts.
A lot of people, we got these, it's a lot of people that have names, and we just saying these names, not realizing they hold weight, you feel me?
Right.
And it's just, I was telling Erickson the other day, the producers, like, how do you feel to have really produced and worked with 2 generations of Stunnamans?
Right.
So that's crazy. You feel
that
me?
is wild. That's time. That's time.
I'm not going to speak on him, but meaning the dark chocolateness, you know what I'm saying?
So, another thing I know about you, man, is kind of like, to me, one of the biggest things that I think you've done in your career is that you was in a movie.
Oh, damn, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
See,
you was in a movie. You was in a film, The Last Black Man in San Francisco. Independent film.
Man, it was amazing. Shout out Joe Talbot, Jimmy Fails, A24, Plan B. Everybody was a part of that. Gunna, 10 Milli, Fresh, Willie Hen. Everybody was a part of that. Mike Evans. You feel me? All right, I'm good.
How was it, you think, being in the film?
Oh, it was lit, man. That was the best. It was like it was like one of them situations where the time that I was auditioning for the film, my life was just downhill. Everything was phony. I dropped out of college. We didn't have no money. I'm over here selling shoes at Macy's. Everything just looked bad, you feel me? I got eczema, so my skin was just terrible. I'm talking about gotta go to the hospital to for treatments type shit. Like, my life was just terrible. And then I just woke up, like, I knew I wanted to do it, but I just woke up one day and I'm like, man, I really want to start acting, you feel me? So that, I didn't know what it was gonna be. Something just told me when it was in the basement to push the issue. And his instincts was like, bro, get in this movie. So to be in it, it was just like something to where it's like, this might sound corny or cliche, but it was like something that you're supposed to be doing with your life. Feel me? It was effortless. It was natural. It was fun. Everything we did was just feel me, amazing. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I'm literally gonna tell, no matter how many, when I ever do other movie or whatever happens to me in life, I'm always gonna tell people I was in that movie. You feel me? Just because it's my city. You feel me? It's our region, and it's an independent film that literally went crazy. It's a global independent film. You know what I'm saying?
It for sure is global. I was on Twitter the other day. I think I called you after I found it out. I called you because you probably didn't answer, didn't you? I was geeked, man. And I'm like, Obama was putting out his little
Obama watched the big, not little, big.
Obama,
shout out to Gunna. Obama watched the movie. Hey, the phone is sideways, so I can't see your comments. But on some real shit, if you comment in, I fuck with y'all. Go send this live to 5 people if you just got in here. Come on, man. We trying to turn it up. But what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, I was going across his Twitter, seeing his year-end music list and movies, and I seen that on there. And you feel me? From the moment we met and you told me that you was gonna be in the movie, I instantly told all my love was like, bro, I know this is you feel me?
That's why
you finna be in the movie, bro. That shit tight. Cause I don't know no other actors or anything like that in the industry besides Karan. I know Karan from working in another spot, but
shout out Trey. He on here. He's an actor.
You know what I'm saying?
Visionary Trey.
I thought that was a good look, and for Obama to see that put the film, the project, everybody that's in the cast, including you feel me?
It was crazy.
On a totally different level. What you think about that? Like, how did that make you feel knowing that he watched you? He don't know you personally, but he watched you.
I think when people be in positions, not to downgrade anything, the presidential position or anything Obama doing is, but I think we put a lot of people who have celebrity status on a pedestal to the fact that they are not just a normal person.
Right.
But with that said, him watching the movie and him saying it was one of his favorite movies is one of them things to where it's like, oh, if you haven't watched it and you're from San Francisco or from the Bay, you might possibly, I wouldn't say hating, but you might be looking down on that region we're in and looking down on the people who made that movie. And also it was one of them solidified things to let us know, like, okay, when Joe and Jimmy made the movie, they probably felt it was great, but it's their story.
Right.
When we went and shot it and everything, we probably felt it was great, but it's, we shooting it in our neighborhoods. We're doing it when we're in the movie, so we think it's great. It's like a constant elevator or constant steps to where it's like, it's hard to keep going up, but it's like at every step you keep seeing the elevation of it. And it's like, even if people, they can say the movie is weak, they can say that, I wasn't feeling it because of this and that. You can't deny it when so many great people recognize what the impact of the movie had and how beautifully it was made. So that was crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that was a good look, and it's something that adds on to your career. I guess in that sense too, though, of being in that movie, what was the process like to get into the character, being that it was in your city? Like, was it easier to kind of like be yourself, or was it trying to like...
Oh yeah, definitely. Like that, a lot of, shout out to Rob Rickett for not only writing our lines, but also allowing us to have a lot of autonomy in writing our own lines and in freestyling. Like a lot of that was just us out there bullshitting, having hella fun, giving them saying, all right, let's read it one time on a script, and then y'all do y'all thing. We do like 10 takes, just fucking around, everybody dying and having hella fun. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's just like, that was the beautiful part of it. But it was definitely easy to essentially play myself. When you watch the credits, I put Jordan on there. I told him I should have put Stunner because that was really Jordan Gomes playing Stunnaman02. You feel me? So that's all it was. But it was amazing. Like, we literally was filming in a neighborhood that I used to go, at the bottom of a neighborhood I used to be at every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy to think like, damn, we taking it was bittersweet because, you know, it's getting gentrified. But it was amazing.
I think it holds a lot of weight. So now
everybody go send this to 5 people right now. I'm finna beat you up. Breathe, you gonna do it. Wink.
Go do it.
You too. I see you. Hanuk. Habisha, Kamela.
So the other thing that I want people to know about you, if they haven't already, is just like
that I do porn.
Not that one. That you do music.
Oh,
you're a substantial artist in the game, and I think with a couple of like singles that you had in the last year, we could talk about those a little bit, kind of like how they shaped the mindset of Stunnaman02. Like Shake number one. Like who would have thought that you could take a Too Fast, Too Furious or Tokyo Drift song and sample and turn it into a bass staple, a hit, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man. But I appreciate you. I'm happy you enjoyed that song, bro. Thank you for always giving me kudos and props for my talent. I feel like I could always be better, but I talk to somebody like you who always says, man, basically paraphrasing that you should be content where you at because you're doing well. You feel me? Well, you don't say those exact words, but you make me feel
exactly.
But that song is crazy because I just remember being in high school and watching Spike TV, Channel 45, if you're really from the city or really from the Bay. And I remember watching it, and that was the first time I watched Fast and Furious. That was the first time I watched Tokyo Drift. Yeah. And I remember being in there, and as soon as I heard that beat, it was so catchy that I went and found it and then kept listening to it. Like, I'm like, damn, I love this song. Then when I went to school in New Orleans, I was like, damn, coming out of that, I was like, somehow I have to flip this beat.
Wait, you went to school in New Orleans?
Yeah, I went to school at Loyola in New Orleans, and
that's crazy.
And the reason why that school is significant is because, one, it's a music school. I didn't go there thinking I was going to make music, but also a Bay Area living legend, and that's going up right now in the industry, went there, G-Eazy, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you feel me?
So, shout out to G-Eazy.
Shout out G-Eazy. But so with that beat, it was crazy because I've been wanting to flip that beat for so long. Right. Then I ran into the homie DV, and that was one of his things. Shout out DV on the track. That was one of his things where he it was a sampler. You feel me? Yeah. So he likes to sample things. If you listen to Touch Me, listen to Shake, both 2 samples that he beautifully mixed. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that was that thing, and then on that, it was just like I got a spaz on this. It took me like 6 months to write that song.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know that's crazy. I would have never guessed that it would have came about because you was thinking about it for so long.
So long, bro. Like that song, man. So long.
Another song, I guess, is another staple. I feel like from the outside looking in is Talk About It, and you happen to be wearing some Talk About It merch in studio.
It's one of the damn near. I feel like one of the first shirts I printed. That's why I wore it today, man. Yeah. You feel me? It got history on it.
What was it that inspired Talk About It? What do you think it was?
Hella things, just where I was in my life. like at the time the music I was listening to, like all black, I was slapping all black heavy. Slapping that Kim Sun project, I believe. I was slapping Lavish D. That's why when you hear talk about it, you hear me be like, what else? Feel me? I was slapping that Lavish D.
Facts.
What else? I'm gonna speak my mind. And then talk about it was just like, it was the first song to where I was kind of getting more serious about making music. And that was the first song I invested in money and to get shoot a video. Also my partner G Depp, he invested in me as well, helped me pay half of the video. And then on top of that, it was a song to where I put it on streaming platforms. Before, it'd just be on YouTube or SoundCloud, and was just like, damn, I feel like if I'm putting this song out there, I got to make a statement what I'm talking about. Not only say something that doesn't compromise my character, but something that listeners can really relate to.
Right.
And you feel me? That I feel like that song has the shit talking that the Bay Area wants. It has a play. It comes from a position that I don't feel like I don't always get to show for myself. And then, feel me? This shit. Feel me? I feel like I went crazy on that.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah, thank you,
it was
bro.
a good introduction to Stunnaman02 as an artist and bringing it through. You've been doing a lot of shows recently, bro. You know, I follow you on Instagram. I've been seeing what's going on. You've been going crazy for a little while, and I think the energy that you bring is one that's like not necessarily seen by most. You comfortable being on stage, letting them know that you got feelings, emotions.
I be nervous. I be hella nervous.
Boy, like I never forget. I think the Smop House had a party that you
At the
performed
Smop is
on.
about 100 bitches.
I think you was at the Smop House and you walked through and you had the microphone and this video of you walking through there. I'm not performing
Until everybody
come
outside.
outside.
Because it's like, bro, I done performed in front of like 2 people, and then I haven't done like no crazy big crowds before, but I've done crowds where it's like it's 50 people in there, but the energy is so live because the people wanted this to be live. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, also in the Bay, I feel like we have a lot of artists here, and also in the Bay, we have, like, no disrespect to anybody from the Bay, but we have kind of like a bougie mentality to artists in our own backyard. And the fact that we don't look at artists as if they're actual celebrities, but let somebody from Detroit, Atlanta, these places where these they get broadcasted, come to the Bay, but they're gonna be treated like a royalty, you feel me? But it's the crazy thing is about it, a lot of these artists, they'll have 10 million views, equal amount of streams, and then artists from the Bay, I had them same things, and it's not get that same level of respect. So, you feel me? I just advocate for myself because I feel like at the end of the day, unless it's Chance the Rapper's manager, nobody gonna advocate for what I'm doing harder than me, you know what I'm saying? Because Chance the Rapper, you feel me? So it's like, I might as well push my issue and really get the respect I feel like I deserve before I perform. And that's the Stunnaman02 coming out. Just saying, fuck being humble type shit. Nigga, I need my shit now, you know what I'm saying?
Straight up. What would you say is one of your most memorable moments of the shows you have done so far?
Oh, damn. I was looking at this when you sent me this. I'm like, fuck. I don't even know what I'm going to say to this. But it's been a lot of memorable moments.
Any ones that you remember on the tip?
Tip of my head, I just remember my homie Kia and Roselta. Her name is Chocolate Honey, I think, on Twitter. But it's like, I remember them just chilling at a show, and this dude like kept harassing them. So we just stopped the whole show. Well, I stopped the show, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And it's just like, man, he keep grinding on me. I told this nigga to stop. And it's just like, bro, you gotta chill with all that bullshit. And I know in the Bay we have a culture of dancing. Like, that's how we get to know people. But you know, some female be like, chill out. You feel me? You gotta be player about it. But all right, she not fucking with me. I'm gonna keep it moving. But you know, it's just like on some shit to where like we had to stop the show because not only was it fucking up the aura and the vibe of the show, but it's like, one is women and two is black women on that. You feel me? And it just like, I feel like I've been evolving over the last 3 years from being like a womanizer to understanding like, damn, women and black people, women and then black women have like a totally different life that they live in, you feel me? So it's just like at the point I was on the mic, I feel like I had the power of control. So if I would have just went by and just not seen that, feel me, it might have escalated to something else, might have been to a fight, and you don't want to see a black man fighting a black woman. That's some bullshit, no matter the state of anybody's mental health. So that was a memorable moment because it just showed me like how much I would have grown to be like, oh yeah, work them buns, nigga, fuck what she talking about, to, all right, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, if she not feeling that, you feel me? Like, back up. And then I had AB jump in the crowd, and he was about to punch him up like, bitch ass nigga. But then he let him slide. And then positive moments, you know, just stuff with the females, you know, them coming up, doing like, it's not no crazy shit, but you know, them coming up, trying to push girls out the way for pictures, which is highly disgusting, but it makes me feel like I'm doing my thing as an artist.
I mean, you're a star. You're in a film. You a rapper. You got hits.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Shit comes with that.
But stuff like that, and then I be cool off it. But young ladies, and you don't think it happens on a level like this, cause I don't feel like I'm hella big. But young ladies coming up and wanting to come do certain things to you, and this I think memorable moments is just meeting like hella artists that you don't expect to fuck with you. And then being at a show and then being like, oh shit, like I really fuck with your shit, or them telling you that you're good.
Right.
Like that's big, because it's like, damn, I be listening to your shit all the time and I think you raw, but you think I'm raw. It's like iron sharpen iron type thing. It's like if you Jalen Ramsey and I'm Odell Beckham Jr. and it's like that's not a good example. Let's do it. If I'm Marcus Peters and you Julio Jones, and then like we going against each other, or we doing this shit, and then it's like, damn, I respect your game. We exchange jerseys and shit. It's like something like that, to where it's like a pat on the back. I always remember stuff like that. I always remember the people that come up to me and be like, man, you doing your thing, or I was feeling like this, bro, and I listened to one of your songs, bro. I woke up, I was feeling depressed, bro. I didn't have no weed. I couldn't do this, and then I listened to your song, bro. I was juiced at work, going stupid. And I'm like, damn, like shit like that. It make me feel good. It let me know that how I feel inside. One, I'm not alone, and how I feel all the time. And then two, my music make people feel better.
That's real, man.
My
That's
bad.
real.
I'm talking hella much.
No, you
ain't gonna send this live to 5 people. You know what I'm saying?
Shout them out. Let them know.
Hey y'all, who on here? I see EB in here. You feel me? Get it 415. Oh, the shit fell. Big. Who is this? Sleep. Sleep was in a talk about it video when we was like shipping out the country. We're gonna text about it. Go get a pack from Sleep. He might rob you though. I'm fucking with you. That's a joke. We out here. Bree, I see you. 6 more questions. That's it, man. This is all jokes. Come on, man.
Jokes.
We having fun.
So that being said about your music, you just dropped a new album, Still Winning the album.
Nigga, we still winning.
Yeah, I've heard the project a few times.
Shout out to everybody that produced that. Oh yeah, shout out. You asked about Shake. Shout out DV. Talk about it. Shout out Quake Beats, of course. He produced and engineered that.
Yeah, facts.
Come on, man. Still winning. Yeah, still winning.
With the album Still Winning out now and people getting to discover it, what was your focus making that album? What was your mindset when you created this body of work?
It was completely opposite of what it came out as.
Yeah.
So really, Still Winning was supposed to be a project with me and Nilo Beats.
Right.
So we had planned it right after he came. He hit me before the Schmop House. Met him at the Schmop House. Then we linked up. That's how you get that picture from out that window. We made the song.
Y'all took the picture at the Schmop House.
But it was completely accidental, coincidental. Shot by Sig just happened to be me. I just happened to be hanging out the window rapping Shake. Yeah. And then Nilo happened to be right there next to me.
Oh, so that's Nilo on the cover too?
Yeah, that's Nilo on the cover. That's why
crazy.
The cover is significant. That's why that shot is significant. And before Sig ever sent me the pictures, I had went to Nilo's house and we was just listening to beats. And then he played that beat, and I'm like, slapping out that window, and then loading, and then you get a skeleton of it, and I'm like, oh, we got to do this. And the next thing you know, the song is done, damn near, and then Shot by Sig sends me, and I'm like, oh shit.
Like this could be something.
Like, bro, that's like a no-brainer. That's like, but that just show you how energy is right, and how the universe, if you living by your instincts, the universe is gonna bless you and let you know you're going in the right direction. But it was supposed to be a project with me and Nilo Beats. I still do want to do that. Quake Beats had came to me earlier in that 2019. It was like All Black was doing that thing where he had one with DTB, shout out DTB, and one with Kenny Beats. So where it's like he's doing these direct projects, stuff that you don't usually see, I think, since the 90s and stuff, because Nas broke that stigma with Illmatic.
Right. So
you feel me? So it's like I came back and finna knock out a project with Nilo Beats and a project with Quake Beats. So I started recording music in that. But all of 2019, I'm recording hella music. So after the Schmop House, I started kind of working on those individual projects. But before that, I'm recording hella other music. Like I'm recording like Dripping With It. Shout out Takeover on the beat. So when I'm still at St. Mary's, I'm recording different things. Yeah. So I'm just having music to choose from. Then in the middle of me, Quake gonna hate me for this forever, but in the middle of us, me and Quake working on our project, and then Gunna called me because we was campaigning to go to Switzerland.
Right.
I'm talking about literally the day before we left. Gunna called me Friday morning like, "What you doing, champ?" And I was like, I'm shit chilling, you know, about to get ready for the show I got tomorrow. And he like, hey, we got the money, we're going to Switzerland. I'm like, nigga, what? I'm skeptical. I'm like, man, we're not going to Switzerland. What the fuck? Like, that's hella random. My mom blessed me with a passport last Christmas because I was like, I'm finna go get it. But you know, you know, we all procrastinate. So your moms be like, you know, I'm just gonna get you. Shout out to her, little mom.
Right.
But
shout out to moms.
But going to Switzerland, even though it was a life-changing experience that inspired me to believe in myself 1,000% and to quit my job, it was something to where it was on some shit to where it kind of put on pause all those individual projects that I had in play. So it was like, damn, it went from, oh, we're going to Switzerland, then, oh, it's like, okay, I'm going to come back and make some music, but then I'm recovering from doing the Switzerland stuff because you're in a different mindset to where I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to bust these moves, hit ignore. But yeah. Like they trying to get some money. That's people looking for bills. They be calling me too, but I'm like, fuck y'all. Y'all get paid when I get rich, when I get wealthy. But yeah. So that whole experience, it just put me in a place to where I still wanted to make music, but it just was put on pause. So
the shit going on.
Hell yeah. But then London came a month later, and then just the stuff of that, and it was just like, damn. I wanted to drop one of those first projects in September, and it came to where, damn, I don't even have one of them finished. So I'm like, damn, I need to put out music, not rushing, but on something to where I'm like, I felt like I was late because I was engulfed by finishing school, keeping my head above water in life, and then on top of that, it's enjoying and basking and being in a movie, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Enjoying what that entailed, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I feel like didn't put the music on pause, but wasn't 1,000% focused. And I'm lucky, people, my folks like Quake Beats and other people in my circle, they can be, they trust me enough, or they're light with their critiques to the point where they can let me know, like, hey, bro, you're not focused right now. You feel me? And I'm like, you're right, but I still want to get some music out, and I'm happy they were able to be understanding and be like, flexible. You know, flexible, and like, you know what, bro, on some shit to where maybe this didn't come out as best as we wanted, but you know, at the end of the day, like, feel me, if you making this decision, even if I gotta pull their leg and be like, just trust me, it's gonna sound good, they gonna fuck with it, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we put that still winning out. Could always be better though.
Always be better.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much things, so many things to talk about with this album, bro. You had one record on there on the Still Winning album called Jesus Walked.
Oh, Jesus Walked, that's the one.
And I think that got underlooked when you launched. And
shout out Takeover on the Beat, man.
It's something to say about Jesus Walked because you talk about a lot of somewhat controversial topics. So
definitely.
Where did that come about? Where did Jesus Walk start from?
Shout out to Takeover on the Beat. Takeover on the Beat tapped in with me on IG, and he just hit me, and he was like, hey, bro, I got this beat for you. I want you to just get on it. And I'm like, all right. So I listened to the beat. I was going to St. Mary's at the time when he sent it to me, so this is like damn near a year ago. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to listen to it. And it was just, I listened to it, and I was like, damn, this is powerful, the beat. Just because it was at the time when Kanye was on all that bullshit. Right. So it might not have been a year ago, but it was whenever 2019, Kanye was doing that MAGA shit. So you're like, damn, bro, this shit is powerful. And he kind of wanted to drop it right now. He wanted to make a challenge. But I'm like, I had to, like, I don't like to rush shit. Like, sometimes it'll take 10 months to write a song, and sometimes it'll take 10 minutes.
Right.
Feel me? But I didn't want to rush that. So I listened to it probably 100 times. And eventually, I was compelled while I was driving to school, just probably in a state to where, like, damn, I'm tired of coming to white-ass St. Mary's. I feel like it's hella white people here, blood. And I'm just going to really just tap in. And at the time, the female I was fucking with, and she was like, oh, yeah, you got to get back to being lyrical and shit like that. So I'm like, okay, you feel me? Then I'm like, I didn't want it to be one of them turn-up songs. I wanted it to be something where I maximize what I felt like the intelligence and the message of the song was, and I felt like I wanted to maximize my vocabulary and everything I could in the song. Right. So that's where you get the messages. You get things like talking about what came a God or a nigger, asking which one came first.
Yeah, I heard that one.
And then you say a white woman shocked to see a guy she clutch her purse, and all I did was inverse what they think of us because we inverse. Okay, God and nigger, we're gods, but they call us niggers. She see a God, and when you see a God, you will be shocked if you saw a God right now.
Facts.
So that's why when they see us, these motherfuckers be shook like, oh my God, that's a beautiful melanated individual. That's a God right there. But they just tricked us, called us niggers, and the whole I feel like the whole song really laced with some shit. But I was just blessed to be in the right mindset, set to be at St. Mary's while I'm writing that, so I can, even though the camp is not hostile, but to be in a situation where you feel like you're the only black person and you want to convey a message to how you feel in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks. That's cool.
But I'm happy you like that song, though.
Bro, yeah, I really like the project as a whole. I think it's a really nice curated project that shows your versatility. You feel me? And just the things you can do on record.
Hell yeah.
Another question I guess we could ask is like, how does it feel, you think, in this culture, blood? Like, when you go and doing
I'm
these
a Crip,
shows,
cousin. No, I'm fucking
you go into this
I'm not
culture,
any of
bro.
that. No,
You're not any of that. We don't bang them colors.
Yeah.
You go into a culture though, like, you sitting here doing all these shows and stuff like that, and you don't really know what to expect. But then the next moment, you feel me, violence come into play, and somebody's life could be lost, whether it's yours or somebody in the spotlight.
Yeah.
How does it feel knowing that when you do these shows, there's potentially a chance that it could be your last show potentially?
Oh man, I didn't even think about nothing like that. That's crazy. But I don't know, bro. I really don't come in. I learned early on when performing or even throwing events and parties that you should come in with no expectations. You should, or if you do come in with expectations, have high goals and low expectations. So to apply that now is just to something like, we live in the Bay at a time where during the hyphy movement, they always used to end the party with shooting, or always used to be something to where it's like somebody damn near finna die. It's gonna be lit as fuck, but somebody gonna die. So to come into a transition, if you look at the Bay, that energy of the hyphiness is coming back, but with less like hostility, less belligerence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't have the mentality thinking like, oh, something about to happen, but it is a reality. It's sad and sickening, but that where people who are going up right now gotta be in control of what's happening. And the way they can do that is set an example on how they do stuff. With me, I know I was doing a show at Top of the Hill of Daly City, and I know I fuck with two different sides of the politics in film mode, even though I'm not involved in the politics at all, you feel me? I know two different sides of people listen to my music. When that happened, feel me, one side came to the shit, and I'm like, oh, what's up? How you doing, bro? Like, yeah, you invited my folks. They couldn't come, so I came, and then my other folks came because, feel me, Gunna was performing. So when that happened, it's just like, you know, when you get those, it's so much history, you feel me? When people get killed and things happen, you feel me? There's emotions flying. It's hard to let stuff go. But I'm just grateful and thankful that when something happened to where it was an altercation, not only did people take it outside, but when it went outside, I was able to intervene and say, hey, look, I know these type of politics are at bay right now, or this shit is happening, but look, you had my show, bruh. I'm not with none of that. And we all grew up in the same neighborhood. We all grew up in, I don't know how many square miles of each other. Sure. But on some shit, bro, when you hear, bruh, just drop that shit at the door and come have a good time. There's too many women here, family. I don't know y'all financial situation, so I'm not going to say that. But it's too many opportunities to find something to make some money. And, bro, let's just have a good time, bro. Right. And then I'm happy people have enough love and respect to be like, you know what, you feel me? Even though I do want to air this shit out and shoot everybody in there, babies, women included, you know, I'm going to be on some shit to where I see the message you're trying to preach. I see what you're trying to be on. You feel me? Let's just chill. Let's have a good time. And that's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. I just want to have fun, bruh. That's all I want to do. It's no reason why we need to be beefing with one another. I want y'all to think about something. Me and the homies was just talking about this in the whip, bruh. You know how many people are in San Francisco? Upwards of 800,000, about 900,000, right?
I thought it was a meal.
Nah, it's 900,000 people. San Francisco, 7x6, I think 49 square miles. I don't know. Go look this shit up. Now, 800,000 people are here, right? So that means if half the people in San Francisco don't fuck with your music, you only have a demographic of 400,000 people. That's if only half don't. And then from that, of San Francisco, only 2 to 3% is black. So that means only under 20,000 people are black and live in the same or listen to the same demographic. Now let's look at a statistic real quick. We look at places like Atlanta and Detroit, right? It's two different populations, but that's what concentration is. Atlanta has 4.6 million people. And that's a state where a city where there's a lot of black politicians and a lot of camaraderie in the city. And there's hella people. So if you're good, if half the people in Atlanta don't fuck with you, it's still 2.3 million people fucking with you.
Right.
Now you take a city like Detroit, I think it's like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, 300,000 people. But in Detroit, like Atlanta, I think it's a crazy amount where like 70 to 80% of Detroit is black. So that means it's on some shit. Not that only black people listen to rap and all the shit. Not that only black people live our culture, but on some shit to where you have people literally being staples in the culture and listening to it and pushing it. You feel me? So that's important in concentration. Where we listen, we fuck with Detroit, and you have people going up out of Detroit, but you also have people going up out of Atlanta. I'm saying all that to say, if Oakland only has 400,000 people, San Francisco only has 800,000. I don't know the population of Richmond, but it's
Berkeley small too, but it's a lot of people.
But if you add up all of these cities, you have, I believe, if you look up the Bay Area, it's anywhere between 6 million to 8 million people. If you don't know how big that is, that's the size of New York. Now, if we get out of this mentality to where it's like, oh, I'm from the city, oh, I'm from Richmond, oh, I'm from Oakland. Of course, we're going to have pride in ourselves. Same way you go to New York. I'm from the Bronx. I'm from Queens. I'm from Brooklyn. You're going to have that. But outside of that, they're all repping New York. Once we establish that in the Bay, where it's like, oh, you from Richmond, oh, you from the town, from the city, but we really from the Bay, and we put that on the map, then we can focalize it. We working backwards, man. Yeah. We trying to rep the smallest thing, and when you minimize yourself, you only live in that demographic. The motherfuckers in the Bay are getting Lil Peep, Bean, all these Drew B's, all these people going up. All blacks, they're getting West Coast love. They're getting stuff that's in a system to where it's in a finite thing to where the Bay hasn't even maximized its potential as fans or as anything else. Now think if everybody in the Bay said fuck the politics, fuck what city you from, I'm just gonna listen to good music and slap people's shit. Right. Those numbers of 10 million go to 20 million and then go outside of the Bay, and people in the Bay would be global stars, and we wouldn't have to worry about motherfuckers saying, we would have to tell motherfuckers, oh, I'm mad at this nigga because this nigga Blueface stole my dance. No. The 500 dip would be the Harlem Shake, because even if you're not from Oakland or whatever the dance started from, if you're from San Francisco, you're going to be like, that's a Bay Area dance and I claim it. The same way, if I was to go post up in Brooklyn right now and start hitting the Harlem Shake and say, oh, nah, the nigga, this the Bay bounce, nigga, I'm hitting this shit. A nigga from Brooklyn would check me and say, nah, bitch ass nigga, that's the Harlem Shake. You're not finna take New York shit, claim it as your own. Right. And that's the type of shit, that's the type of energy we got to be on in the Bay. Not no disrespectful shit, but just claiming our territory. Facts. And then letting our territory be
everybody
known.
In it.
Let them come in, but let you know we gotta claim everybody in it. Right. And we gotta make these people superstars. When you see these local celebrities at a club, don't just say, oh, that's bruh, I grew up with him, or oh, that's just such and such, they're a normal person. They're important to the culture because they have a platform. You gotta realize the Bay getting gentrified. We're the experiment of gentrification. San Francisco was the experiment of gentrification. Way back to the .com boom. My bad, I'm rambling. Yeah, but way back to the .com boom. My bad, y'all, I'm talking hella much, but back to the .com boom, and when motherfuckers was been trying to take over the Mission and trying to input these housing regulations so they could take over the Mo, take over Sunnydale, take over Trail Hill, take over the Point, everywhere, you feel me? And in doing that, you got to realize when you have something, people are going to go to a place where they're attracted to. Right now, all the white people and tech motherfuckers are coming to the Bay because tech is popping. But you have to think, what happened when Vince Carter went to Toronto? He put Toronto on the map to where hip hop culture starts saying, oh, this nigga Vince Carter killing. I gotta go to a Raptors game. Now, next thing you know, what happens several years later? Who the fuck is from Toronto watching Vince Carter play and watching all these athletes and rappers and singers walk around Toronto? Oh, Drake. Oh, Tory Lanez. Oh, shit like that is to where, feel me, when you establish that platform, you establish that culture in our region, then you got people 10 years, we don't even know who up next. The people I'm with the people in our generation might go up and hit a ceiling, but they might inspire a generation to go like this. And then next thing you know, our whole region go up. Next thing you know, and if you a selfish ass nigga like, oh, that's not me going up, one of these young dudes that look up to you might say, man, I used to love his music. Let me go sample that, and this motherfucker go diamond. Now you eating for the rest of your life off of a song you made that didn't even hit the Billboard charts. My bad. I'm rambling, but I'm saying all that to say, man, we gotta take pride in our shit, man. You gotta walk around everywhere and be like, I'm from the Bay, you feel me? I'm really proud of it, and we gotta yell our culture. Same way the hyphy movement was, but not dumbed down. The great philosopher Ski Lee was telling me, go watch this live too. Ski Lee was telling me on Saturday at an event, he was upset with the hyphy movement because at that period was when they enacted gentrification during those mid early 2000s. You feel me?
Right.
And so it's
MySpace is popping in and shit.
Exactly.
Like that. YouTube just getting started.
He brought a point to us. It was one of the funnest times in the Bay, but at the same time, it was a time where we saying we going dumb, we going stupid, we were dumb. And what happened to us? At that time, they came, swept the land from under us. Now, if you want to live in the Bay, you feel me? You got to pay $2,000 for a motherfucking shack. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up. We got to change that shit. It's not going to happen tomorrow. But if all these people that have a platform, if you a makeup person, do eyelashes, then you sell juice, like whatever, you feel me? Whatever you're
I'm getting to that too.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, you an artist, feel me? An athlete, of course, anything with a platform, bro. If you get on some shit, not only do you claim the Bay, but you come back and you put a staple in, help the children, help everybody grow in it. The reality of the situation is it's going to grow to our liking. What you water will grow, you feel me? Right. All right, I'm done with my rant. That was just my motherfucking Kanye. Bar. You feel me?
What you water.
Bro, I'm saying? That's a bar. The last question I got.
Shout out everybody here.
It's actually two questions. We
only
got a few more minutes before we back on air with the music, so let's get into those. The O2 juice. Bro, please explain to the people what this O2 juice represents.
I can give you the long version.
Go ahead.
All right, so basically, I've been making lemonade since I was, I think, 11 years old, 10 or 11 years old.
Speaking to the mic.
Yeah, I've been making lemonade since I was 10, or I haven't been speaking to the mic the whole time. My bad, my fault. Making lemonade since I was 10 or 11 years old. This happened because my grandma always used to make some cracking ass lemonade, and then I got big enough to the point where she got tired of me pulling her and be like, Grandma, can you make some lemonade? You know what I mean? So she taught me how to do it, where you get the knife, cut it, and you squeeze it, and you cut out all the guts and all the shit, and you make sure you get the pulp, all the shit. So, feel me? Thank you, bro.
So you just talk deal.
So, feel me? Thank you, bro. See, I love people like you, bro. Selfless individuals. Come in the camera real quick. I'm in the camera. Show off real quick, man. Selfless individuals, man. Come on.
You know what it
Real
is.
Richmond out here, man.
Break.
My fault.
It's all love.
All right, so I've been saying he from the rich the whole time,
bro. Don't even trip. Ain't no love lost. My mama from the rich, so
exactly.
It's still love. You feel me? So it's all good.
Exactly.
Tell us about the O2.
O2 juice. So I'm making lemonade. I moved to the point. Feel me? We didn't have a surplus of lemons. You know, one house income go from me being my mom and grandma just being my mom. So, you know, resources finite. You go from having a surplus of sugar and lemons to make this lemonade to, you got some Kool-Aid, same amount of sugar because sugar is cheap. And then you got a cool amount of lemons. So I'm like, I'm finna make this Kool-Aid real quick, but I'm just gonna put some lemons in the Kool-Aid. So I made it like that. Had all the homies come over, they drinking like, this cracking. Who moms made this? Like, nigga, I made this. Fried some chicken. So that was 2006. Fast forward now, been doing it. Went to Santa Rosa, all my homies out there making this shit for them. I was living in Santa Rosa and I was having a bad situation with my skin. Yeah. Chronic eczema, the thing about chronic eczema is an autoimmune disease, or not an autoimmune situation, to where the way your body is inside is going to affect how you look outside. Right now, a nigga glowing, looking all handsome, I snatch a bitch and get rich. But real quick, feel me? Because I've been taking care of how I eat and what I intake. You know what I'm saying? So that comes from, feel me? Now, so feel me? I was out there, I was playing football, I was eating hot chips, drinking this Kool-Aid lemonade that I'm making, and I was doing something else. Hot chips wrapped in ham, which is disgusting, just eating badass shit. And I'm eating it, it tastes good, but I noticed right after, 20 minutes after, my skin started breaking out. I feel bad. I'm like, blood, what the fuck? So I'm like, man, I noticed every time I drink this sugary ass shit, eat this badass food, it get bad. Yeah. So I've been working on a concoction for like 4 years, and then I see a recipe somebody passes me along a recipe. I see it floating around. I'm like, they talking about a healthy way to make soda. I'm like, okay. So I take that and I put my own twist on it. So I'm like, okay, if I just tweak this one ingredient, I could do this. I'm like, okay. And then I see hella people already doing it. I see Larry June doing it. I see Samarin doing it.
Shout out Larry June.
Shout out Larry June.
You're doing good.
You're doing good. Good job, Larry. Shout out Larry June and shout out Zemine, you feel me? Inadvertently, I see them doing it, and I'm like, oh, they going up with this shit. But I'm making the drink just to drink. So I'm just chilling, drinking it, and one day I'm with the homies, like I think it was AB who was emphasizing this, bro, who got on live earlier. He was on some shit to where he like, Stunner, you need to sell this, bro. Yeah. And I'm like, for real? So it was the day I was celebrating my uncle's anniversary of his death. So I made hell of it for my family and everybody. And there was a couple people outside. So everybody was on the block that walked by a little kid to older person. I pulled them up a cup. I'm like, let me know what you think of this. They like, it's cracking, bro. So I'm like, damn. So I'm like, all right. I was just drinking it because it was a healthier version of soda.
What you needed for your body.
It was like it was like an in between of, I wouldn't say this the healthiest drink out, but it's an in between of I get to indulge in soda without all the repercussions of all of the shit. So you feel me?
High fructose corn syrup and shit like that.
I put the twist on it because one, for me, I think limes are more sour, and two, I peep Zamira's making lemonade. So I'm like, you know what? He doing that lemonade thing. For me, I need bro to get all his chicken. You know what I'm saying? That's my folks. So I'm like, man, I fuck with limes. They delicious. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to put my spin on it. And then I just made it sparkling. You know what I'm saying? So now they have I got a juice form that you could warm up. I got a form that you could make. I got alcoholic forms. I got different flavors. This is a stable flavor of the peach limeade though.
Show it to the camera one time.
Yeah, one time, Rick. When the labels is coming. Shout out A since 1990, man. He did his thing with them labels. The labels is coming sooner than you think. Bitch ass nigga. I'm just hey, beautiful people. I'm gonna stop talking derogatory. See, Jordan Gomes and Stunnaman02 be jumping back and forth. But, you know what I'm saying? So, the Nigel Standards pops out every once in a while to come snatch your woman. But see, now, after all of that, feel me, I took a month to really try seeing people like it. I was talking to some buns, and I was like, hey, what's up? I need some bottles. You want smooth, sexy mamas? And then she like, oh, okay, all right. And then I'm like, can you see if you can get these on Amazon Prime? And then she just looked out for the kid, you feel me? Shout out to her, you know who you are. I'm finna come to him tonight, beat him up. I'm just playing. This is all figment of my imagination. I don't deal with any women. Celibate. Of course, psych me, I'm beating the coochie. But basically, she looked out for me, found some condensed bottles, went to making it, pouring it up, easy. All you do is take this cap when you're making it, push it on, twist it. That's all it is. Easy, man. And just the really long thing is making the juice because I really hand make it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Until I get enough to really have employees, that's what I'm gonna do. And then now we're in an O2 juice process, which now when I feel me, we're gonna be in the process of getting the legal work done. So you feel me? O2 juice is a product of Stunnaman02.
Shout out to that. The last.
If anybody steals my idea, I'm gonna shoot you in your leg. Luckily, I was always already on his way to get trademarked. I'm just playing. I love y'all, man.
This is crazy, blood. Yeah. The last question I'm gonna ask you is hella funny because you actually brought out the character in talking about this O2 juice. So I be seeing you on Instagram. There's been stuff going on Instagram, and you always bring out Sir Nigel Sanders to the congregation. You know what I'm saying? He comes out and he is able to put out his. You're live in it. He's able to point out different things going on within his world. How did you come up with Nigel Sanders, and what was the inspiration like to even bring that alive and create its whole scene and profile? What was that like?
Well, I feel like in America we always say that we're self-made. You feel me? Right. I feel like that's highly untrue. We all have inspirations and stuff that made us be the thing we want to be, and also we also have people that help pick us up to go do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So Nigel Sanders, I thought I was just being goofy and thinking that it came from Nickelodeon, and I was doing it in elementary and high school because I have constant people every time I do it and put something out there, it'd be like, oh, I remember you was doing that in middle school. Oh, I remember you was doing that. And then, but it really came into fruition in high school once we start rapping like for real. Made my first song freshman year of high school. Sophomore years when we dropped, we was beefing with these bitch ass niggas called the GS niggas. We love them now though, they the homies. We was beefing with them niggas, so we made a song on them. The live ended.
Just share it to the story. Don't delete it.
And I'm about to put it back on.
Yeah.
All right.
Slide all the way over. I got you. Hold on. We gonna do it like
Oh, it ends after an hour?
Probably.
Yeah, because I think
that camera tells us how long we've been recording.
almost an hour.
Almost
But
an hour.
I think I went on earlier.
Yeah, you good.
All right. Back on live, finna finish this. Everybody left, so you know, oh well. But hey, listen.
They seen the bulk of it, and I think they'll see it after we do the edit. But keep going. Don't even trip.
So basically, with that, we did that because of a song. It was we was dissing the GS niggas. I came on like hello, Nigel Styles here. And it was completely different. Like it was still the skeleton, but the voice always changes. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so we came on there. I'm dissing these niggas. The GS niggas, I've never heard of them. Who's these bitch ass niggas? Just talking hella shit, you know. Then I come on rapping, budget niggas, we famous. That's why GS niggas imitate us. We started filming, gas them niggas, start fucking all the hoes, young niggas. I'm just playing. We didn't do any of that. But basically, I just recently found out, like last year, the year before, like I always said the dude from Wild Thornberries was the inspiration from it. But to keep it real, if you go watch Crank Anchors, there's a character named Niles Standish who he answers the phone. Hello. Yeah. Niles Standish here. So I'm already know. Hopefully they don't try to get me for copyright shit. You can say I'm the knockoff Safeway Select version of Kellogg.
I mean, it's your own thing. So
exactly. But it's hella similar though, name and everything. I'm gonna just say I'm the Safeway Select of Frosted Flakes. So you feel me? I'm a Safeway Select of Niles Standish, and I'm the black version of it. You feel me? To where it's like he was just talking hella shit. Go look this up. Crank Anchors, Niles Standish. I'm not afraid to give the credit to where it's due because without that, I wouldn't have anything inspire me. But that's where it came from. Being a little kid, watching Spoonie Love, watching the dude Special Ed on Crank Anchors. Crank Anchors is a puppet show where they prank call people and just be talking hella shit.
They just brought that back.
Exactly. And I think in the new episodes they have the dude, hello, Niles Standish. But I've been doing that. I watched it and it probably felt, you know what it really was? They probably saw my IG going up. You feel me? And they like, oh, he not big enough to where, you feel me, he could really claim it. You know, we about to bring it back and hit him all over the head and act like, so you feel me? Really, they inspired me and I inspired them. Now they brought it back. You feel me? They need to give me a guest. But that's where it came from, bro. And
that's good.
And this girl, like 2015, she told me to quit doing Nigel Standards. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, straight. Yeah, I don't think you need to. I think it holds weight,
Especially
in shit like right now. But you got notices about it?
Oh, what, the shit?
Yeah.
Oh, the thing I just posted?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, bro, that shit was crazy. And then it was something to where when I came in, I was in such a good mood that I wasn't going to let that spoil my night. But I was like, damn, I can't not capture this moment because living in San Francisco, that happened too many times.
Let's talk. Let's bring it a little bit to the attention of the people. Just this the last question.
Yeah.
But so they know what's the situation that happened. What's going on?
All right. So basically, it was DJ Von P's birthday, right? So for DJ Von P's birthday, he was gonna DJ it wasn't his actual birthday. It was 2 days before, but it was set for him to DJ at a Club Harlot. He was paid to DJ there and go do the thing. The arrangement that he set up with them is that he was going to get a complimentary table, and on top of that, we were going to come buy bottles. Not hella bottles, because we're not ultra ballers, but we was going to buy enough to where it looked like we had it lit. Now, in their justification, we didn't pull up with hella females. We only pulled up with 2 females. It was like 10, 15 dudes. I understand that. But the reality of the situation, when we pulled up, a couple people pulled up and they had on a certain attire and they was like, oh no, you can't wear this. You can't get in. So the homie Germ went to go change his clothes, came back and he's like, oh no, you still can't get in. You can't wear that. And I'm like, what the fuck? So different people will be walking up and then they'll be getting in with literally wearing the same shit we're wearing. I'm talking about, think about anything, the normal black streetwear, J's, hoodies, graphic tees, shit like that. I wasn't even tripping, but we saw a female go in there with some Uggs on, and the females was like, what the fuck? She got Uggs on. How the fuck she get in the club? Blah, blah, blah. So they hot, you feel me? And we like, nah, just let it go. Yeah. So in the midst of this, we see all this shit. I'm like, and I'm over there being goofy. I'm like, these guys are they're racist. They're racist asshole. I'm talking hella shit. I'm like, damn, I should do a Nigel video and report this shit the same way I did that Popeye's chicken situation.
Right.
So I'm like, even though I think Popeye's chicken was that chicken sandwich, that's a conspiracy by the government to get black people to get some shit. I don't know. Watch Undercover Brother. But feel me, we were just doing that, and I just did it on some funny shit, but really trying to be like, I'm trying to really capture this, because the reality of it is, to black people and then people I'm finding all over the world, bruh, not just with nightlife, things in general, but I'm gonna focus on the nightlife, but black people really get the unfair end of sticks. And it's like, damn, people emulate our culture. You're literally playing our music in the club. You literally want to dress like us. I'm talking about people who aren't, now it's no shade to nobody that's black, because you know the Bay Area, we have a family of, you might not be this skin color, but you grow up in this and this is your culture. Right. And you feel me, it's a slippery slope with a lot of things. But it's the reality of the situation is, a lot of cultures and a lot of situations, it be centered around what hip hop and what black people are doing. People are wearing hip hop wear and they're getting in the club because they have a certain skin color, but we're not getting in the club literally for the same thing. Right. You feel me? And I'm so used to it that it no longer frustrates me. And it's like, we could wiggle in, you could say some shit to where you can get into like, oh, I know such and such, and this person is here, and I'm gonna have them come shut this shit down. Oh, we'll let you in, but we can't let everybody. Like, blood, that don't make no sense, bro. It comes to the point where, like, man, we set the trends for the culture, so niggas gotta put respect on us, bro. That shit's fucked up. And I'm not saying every promoter, if you're not black, you gotta stop. But the reality of it is, what is it gonna take for people to respect black people? And I think a lady was talking about it on Twitter. It's only gonna take the fact that where black people go buy clubs, and now the club is black owned. So shout out to Tim Millie, shout out to Jamal True Love. Go to True SF on Broadway, the old Hugh. He just bought that club, man, and he's in the movie.
Nice plug.
That's Kofi from Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Facts. That's what's up. Well, I wanted to say thank you again, Stunnaman02, for this interview.
Thank you for inviting me. Big birthday.
It's been a really good one, man. You know what I'm saying? So
when I said I went to Loyola and I was like talking about G-Eazy.
I knew about it.
Oh, you already knew?
Yeah.
Look at you. And then when I was talking about Stunnaman from the Pack. Oh, damn. This guy knows everything.
Man, I know a little bit of things, but we appreciate you. Go ahead and shout yourself out. Tell them where they can go listen to you.
Stunnaman02, just put it in anywhere you can find everything. Still Winning is out that window to the top. Man, we in a movie right now. Last Black Man in San Francisco. Shout out to everybody who's a part of that. Man, they're just going to be a part of it, man. We got O2 Juice. I got shirts. We got the Still Winning merch. Man, I got smalls. I got one more medium left if you want that. I got extra large, 2X, and 3X. All the big folks, big, beautiful folks, come get some. And all the little tiny people, come grab some. You feel me? We out here. We having fun. Stunnaman02. Long as you put that in, you're going to find me. Unless you want to send me some money, take the S out and put a $, then do that with the Cash App. So it's $, Stunnaman02, and then come fuck with me. Send me some bread so I can be rich. I love y'all.
Right on. This is Ski Lee, and you just tuned in to Neighborhood Heavy's Rap Nation. Thank you, Stunnaman02.
Heavy, baby. I love y'all. Nigga, we still winning.
I'm in a slow lane going 50. You gotta drive slow off the whiskey. Rolling. Pedal to the metal, hit 60. All about my business. R.I.P. to Nipsey. I'm in a slow lane going 50. You gotta drive slow off the whiskey. Rolling. Pedal to the metal, hit 60. All about my business. R.I.P. to Nipsey. Ciabatta, Dutch, Peter Pumpernickel. All about my bread, even if that mean a nickel. When a sandwich me, I'm giving them the pickle. Sauce and abundance, I ain't never dripping nibble. These niggas say they hard, but they really moving brittle. You a so you only eating kibble. You mutts is little dogs while they put you in the kennel. Bars like a cell when I'm spitting sound sickle. I'm like G sipping Grand Marnier. Still driving slow, but I really don't care. I'm still sipping with my pinky in the air. She giving me that knock while I'm playing with her hair. I'm in traffic, all I see is people stare. Probably cause they never seen a this rare.